So welcome to the next in the how-to guides from Wrexham Maths Tutor. Today we're going to look at calculating different types of averages. So there are three different types of averages that we need to know about. The first one is the mode. That's where you find the piece or pieces of data which occur most often. Then there's the median. That's where you find the piece of data that is in the middle of your set of data when the data is in order. And finally, you need to be able to find the mean. And the mean is where you add up all the data and divide by however many bits of data you've got. So the mean is the one that the average that people tend to use the most. But we do have to be familiar with the mode and the median. So just a couple of examples. So your first one, the mode. Well, we've got there a set of numbers, and in that set of numbers, we will be able to see that 7 appears most often in that list. So we would simply say that the mode is 7. If we were looking for the median, well, the median's a little bit more difficult. What we have to do is we have to put the numbers in order to start with. So what I do is I rewrite the list, but I make sure I rewrite the list in order. So we've got 3, 3, and then we've got 5, and then we've got 7, then we've got 8, then we've got 9, and finally we've got 10. And once we've got the numbers in order, then what I'll do is I will locate the one in the middle. So that is the median. And then lastly, to find the mean, remember this is the average that people tend to use the most. So here we're going to add up all of our bits of data. So we're going to do 8, add 3, add the 5, add the 6, and the 9, and the other 3, and the 10, and the other 4. Now, when we add all those together, we get 48. Now, I know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of data there. So I'm going to take my 8 and I'm going to divide it by, my 48, and I'm going to divide it by 8 to give me an average or a mean of 6. Now, don't forget as well, there's something else that we always calculate with the averages, and this is the range. Now, the range is a measure of how spread out our data is, and the range is the biggest minus the smallest. So again, if we've got a set of data, something like this, 7, 3, 9, 2, and 4, then our range is our biggest one, 9, minus our smallest one, 2, which is 7. So that's just a very brief run through of the different types of averages that we need to be familiar with. Don't forget there we've got the mode is the number or numbers that occurs most often. The median is the number in the middle when the data is in order, and the mean, you add up all your data and then you divide by the number of pieces of data that you have. And also don't forget you've got the range, which isn't an average, but it will often be asked for when we're asking questions. It's a measure of how spread out our data is. So don't forget to call back next week for the next in our how-to guides.